My thoughts are this is a good move by Kyle Dubas. No question about that. Only time will tell if it's enough to beat Tampa or to go against the Boston Bruins. They are much better and much deeper than they were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No question about that. I like the fact, as Sam alluded to, and you as well, that McCabe now is not a rental. It didn't cost you a hard first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
You have him for next year at $2 million for a guy that potentially can play 20 minutes a night. He is. We'll wait and see. Can he be as good as McCabe, or can he be as good as Jake Muzzin?
Mm-hmm.
Could he have that type of influence? Will he be a poor man's Jake Muzzin?
Yeah. Is he at least someone that you can put over the boards, trying to protect a lead and feel good that he could hang in front of the net? He's 6'1", 200 pounds, thereabouts, maybe even bigger than that. But he's got some size and some snarl to him. You can YouTube a couple of his hits, and he's thrown a few big ones over his career. So that's encouraging. And Lafferty is a guy we talked about lacking kind of depth and snarl. This guy, he's also, fought 7 times in his career, and he's fast in PKs, and there's some upside there too.
No question about that. Another legit bottom 6 energy.
Well, Aston Reese is like,
real deal bottom forward.
Yeah. I'm curious, what that ends up looking like. The competition at the bottom you talked about last week is getting real. Aston Reese had a good week last week, I thought, because, the Achari edition helped him, but also the pressure of like, I'm the next one out here. Probably it feels to me like he's the one who falls to 13 in what's a much more feisty, aggressive lineup. Fast too, Lafferty. Really fast.
This just feels like Dubas putting his you-know-what on the table. Feels like a guy whose job is on the line.
Yeah. I won't use the phrase you put last year, but he put something on the table last week, and this year the whole package this time the whole package has been flopped out.
It's all on the table here. And listen, you see what Tampa did. We'll talk about that later. You see what Boston did. I think this is just kind of the poor man's version of the Boston trade with 2 guys that have a little bit of term, right? Like you traded for a bottom 6 sort of energy guy that hits and a top 4 defenseman. I'm not going to say Lafferty and McCabe or Orlov and Hathaway. I'm not going to make that, but it's a very similar acquisition in terms of what those 2 guys bring to the respective teams they're coming to. So it's pretty remarkable to see what this Eastern Conference is like. I respect, I was worried about them making all these trades when does it really give you that much better of a chance to beat Tampa? Now with this trade and with the way the Leafs have played since they made the other trade, outside of that crappy game in Chicago, I am feeling like they have a better chance now. Like, I really do feel like they are deeper and better suited to beat Tampa Bay.
The upgrade is there, no question about that. The one thing that stood out the most for me is that this is that alternative, and I don't really see Kyle pushing all his chips in on this.
You didn't see this before it happened? Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't see this move as pushing all his chips in.
This is just another ante up?
Well, this is one of those rare deals where he can address a need, which he did, but it didn't cost him necessarily his first rounder. Right. We know it's conditional, and it could, but it didn't also cost him Matthew Nyes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Chychrun would have gone, and that's where Ekholm would have gone. And Ekholm's out there right now.
He's available.
He is available, and the feeling was prior to the Jake McCabe move that the Leafs were in on that, along with Edmonton, but a lot more expensive.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying you think something could still happen?
I think they're pretty much set, to be honest with you. The only thing is, as you alluded to right off the bat, could they go and switch out Matt Murray for something that's a little bit more, say, dependable?
Yeah.
That remains to be seen, but I don't know in terms of we think we know how they feel about Hull, Liljegren, and Sandin. So I don't think that there's much more room you can play with.
Yeah, so when Murray comes off LTIR, they will still be over the salary cap 1.5 to 1.8, somewhere in that range. So that means some corresponding move has to happen.
You don't think they can juggle their way through this and play less players?
Good question. Yeah. Yeah, I think they could.
Yeah.
I think they probably could find a way to play 20. The Rangers have played down 1 and 2 men here.
I can't see them giving up on a Kerfoot. I can't see them. No, I can't.
Yeah. That's interesting. And I agree.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking for depth. You want to go the distance. This guy does everything for your team. He plays 16, 17 a night.
Yeah.
So, the only thing I wonder, Kyper, is would it be worthwhile to pay someone to take Matt Murray?
Yes.
You know, because then you 4 and a 6, 4.6 has moved out.
Yes.
You go from needing 1.5 in space to having another 3 to spend. You know, then maybe there's a corresponding move.
The only thing is he's got another year.
Murray does, yeah.
Yes.
So the cost is going to be
very expensive.
Unless you find a team who thinks could be okay.
Yeah. Where have they been on Pluto?
Yeah, fair.